Hi, my name is Ethan Hunter, and by far one of the biggest trades in the NBA has just dropped between the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. And that, of course, I am talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo being traded to the Miami Heat. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into each and every player who was involved in this trade and who overall won this trade. Thank you all so much for stopping by the channel for some more sports content. And if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you subscribe because we're super duper close to 100 subscribers. Let's get into it. So, of course, before we hop in to deep diving into each and every player and seeing if it was a right decision for the team to trade for them, we have to look at who was involved in this trade. And the Miami Heat received, of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, as most of you probably know him as, and Bobby Portis Jr., a two-time MVP, a franchise star. No matter where Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, goes, he will be a problem. Bobby Portis Jr., veteran, he's a big man, great defender, can get a rebound, can get your team second chance opportunity. The Milwaukee Bucks, however, they received Tyler Hero, Kalir Ware, and Jamie Jacks, and Kaspers Jakuns. Also, they received a number 13 overall pick, 2031 first round pick, 2033 first round pick, a 2030 first round pick. Swap. So and a 2033 second round pick. So none of the picks were like instantaneously they're gonna make your team a deep playoff contender. These are like way, way, way in the future. So I'm not really gonna look at draft picks to see who won it. Yes, securing your long-term success as a team for the Milwaukee Bucks was an absolute must for the team. But let's take a deep dive into the players and see, did they really get the best opportunity for the two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo? I feel like it's only right to start off when we look at Tyler Hero. Let's just look at his career stats. So he's been in the league since 2021, and since he's been in the league, he has dropped a consistent above 20 points per game. Rebounds have overall stayed pretty reasonable. However, he is shooting less than half from the field. 3 point, a little bit shaky, but we know Tyler Hero. When Tyler Hero is needed in the clutch time, he can come up clutch. However, one thing that I think I really, really look at would be Tyler Hero's history of injuries. And as you can see, there is a long list of foot, personal, whether that's health, like getting sick, another foot, a quadriceps, ribs, toe, a lot of toe injuries, ankle, thigh, hip, illness, shoulder, illness, groin, foot, headache, shoulder, ankle. So when I look at these injuries, I mean the back injury that may cause a little bit of worry for Tyler Hero. Maybe some of the knees, the rib injuries. The ankle injury, we all know in the NBA, you gotta run up and down the court very fast for 60 minutes. It's exhausting. And with ankle injuries, it's not good. Conditioning, you need to be able to run, and conditioning definitely helps that. Soreness, foot injuries. So overall, you notice a lot of injuries for Tyler Hero. However, do I think it's really going to affect his effectiveness for the Milwaukee Bucks? Realistically, not really. I think Tyler Hero, he scores a lot. He gets a lot of rebounds. He's a very solid offense and defensive player. He can get your team a lot of second chance opportunities, but if I were the Milwaukee Bucks, I would look and make sure those injuries like the ankle, the foot injuries, the back, the conditioning don't affect him too much, because with all the young talent that the NBA is getting, it's going to be a fast-paced league, and there's going to be a lot of high-scoring teams. And the next player is Khalil Ware. Now, I'm going to be honest, I do not know much about him. However, in the 2025-2026 season, we're going to look at his stats. Games he played 77 minutes, 22, 11, so he averaged the double digits per game. Rebounds averaged 9. So he is a solid defensive player, can get the rebound. Maybe he can get your team some second chance opportunities. Blocks averaging 1 per game. That's pretty solid. Shooting overall better from the field than Tyler Hero. 3-point could be worked on. The free throw absolutely needs to be improved as well. But when I look at him in the 2025 through 2026 season, looks like a pretty solid player. Now let's look at his career stats. Points, still averages 10. Rebounds, still averages 8.3. Still averages 1 block per game. And he's only been in the league for 2 seasons, which for a player who's only been in the league for 2 seasons, averaging double-digit points is pretty good. But let's look at his injuries. Shoulder injury, muscle injury, ankle injury, knee injury, foot injury, stomach disorder. He has injured everything in his short career so far in the NBA. Now, he's only been in the NBA for 2 seasons. So it's really early to tell if he is that much injury prone. However, if you're averaging double digits points per game and your rebounds are averaged at least 8 per game, that is a solid, dependable. I wouldn't say he's a starter. I'd put him on the bench, but a great addition nonetheless to the bench. All right, and the next player, he's only played 1 season, but we are looking at Kasper's Jacquins. I really mispronouncing that name, but he's only played 1 year in the league, 53 games. Field goals attempted 4.5, field goal percentage 4.29. And we overall look at his points, 6.2 points per game. I feel like this was just an addition add-on to like sweeten the deal. Like, hey, Milwaukee, we'll give you 3 players for a 2-time MVP and one of the most dependable defensive players that the Milwaukee Bucks had, Bobby Portis Jr. I think if we really realistically look at this, the clear winner in this trade, I'm going to have to say would be the Miami Heat. Now, yes, you do lose Tyler Hero, and that absolutely sucks if you're the Miami Heat. But look at who you get in return. A 2-time MVP, an NBA champion, and you get Bobby Portis Jr., a veteran, a big man, recent 6th man of the year. There's no doubt in my mind the Miami Heat won this trade. Sure, you got some good draft picks out of this, but those are future ones. We're in 2026. Those are like 4+ years away. So it's way too early for me to be like, oh yeah, these are going to be the best players. They're going to be a Cooper Flag level player draft pick. They're going to be a LeBron James level draft pick or a Stephen Curry level draft pick. That's just too far in the future for me to even fathom who they'll even go for. They might do what the Atlanta Falcons did and decide to draft a very old quarterback when they already signed Kirk Cousins to a deal, Michael Penix Jr. They could make the biggest bust in the entire draft pick, or they could draft that LeBron James player. It's just too early for me to tell on these NBA draft picks. But when I take a deep dive into the NBA Giannis Antetokounmpo trade, the clear winner in this trade will it be the Miami Heat? But let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think won this trade? And if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you follow and like the video for more, and I will see you all in the next one.